Hey guys, got another lo-fi video here about live selling in this 365 consistency challenge. So today we're going to talk about modding do's and don'ts. Um, these are strongly just opinionated. Just going to lead with that. There's not any like real overall set of etiquette and standards when it comes to modding. It truly is like to each their own. Different people mod differently, different sellers choose mods based on different things, and expectations are as diverse as the sellers. And so really this is just some stuff to chew on, and it's a short list. So here we go. If I'm new to you, by the way, my name is Tamika Crow of Custom Wood Burning. I have been selling heat gun art on Whatnot for 3 years now, and recently started posting videos here to share some of the insights and things I've been picking up over there with you guys. And so for for modding, I just want to start with the purpose of a mod, because it helps guide in what we should and shouldn't be doing. Just knowing like why we're even doing it, the why of modding. And in my view, the purpose of a mod is to assist the seller in selling, assist the seller in their success, depending on what their goals are. Just helping a seller out, basically. It looks different for everybody. Every seller has different goals. Every seller has different needs. But basically getting to know the seller and trying to, every seller's got strengths and weaknesses, trying to help fill in those weaknesses, whether it's like reading the chat, remembering to check pre-bids, like whatever the seller needs, like being there to support in those ways. That's the general, but some do's. I'll try to go through these quick. Do monitor the chat for questions, inquiries, requests, anything that requires a response from the seller. Monitor for those things, especially if it's like moving real fast. The mod is the first filter. Super helpful just to filter out like here's the things, highlight the things to the seller that they need to know out of the 100 comments that just went by. The mod is it's a lot easier for the mod to watch and monitor the chat. And so extracting the important stuff and making sure the seller doesn't miss anything that's like really important. That's number one. The next is tracking pre-bids, kind of alluded to, but some sellers don't sell based on pre-bids. If they say, hey, I'm just going to run an order, that's fine. Wouldn't apply there, but any sellers who do want to know when there's pre-bids, it's super helpful if the mod makes sure and just makes it a habit to be checking that here and there. And especially keeping them in order. So like pinning pre-bid on, if there's like clothing or something, pre-bid on number 15, 7, and then 3. And then once they run 15, then you go pre-bid on 7 and then 3, and then keep adding it and just keeping track so the seller knows what's next to run. The next do is acknowledging the viewers, the chat for all the things that may just do good just being seen, right? First purchase. Congratulations to the giveaway winner. Thank you for sharing the show. Thank you so much for the raid, putting them in the box, or pinning them to the box. Anything, thank you for the tip. Anything that if there's like a compliment, if there's shout outs or these different things, anything that just would be nice to have some kind of response, just making sure that those people that are doing things in the show kind of get their flowers for those things. Like being seen is somewhere real big area where mods can help. because the seller is only one person, right? So just like seeing everyone and like typing in and acknowledging all the things that folks are doing that support the stream. And then the next do is this is a touchy one, very dependent on the seller's expectations, but removing trolls. Do remove trolls when appropriate. Really, really, really have to know when the seller would do this themselves, and at what point would the seller give the green light for that. The more we mod for people, the more we know them. If we're not sure, the safest bet is to just ask, like, hey, do you want me to remove this person in the hidden chat? Hey, do you want me to boot this person? Otherwise, definitely don't assume. Definitely don't assume, especially when there's like inside jokes, especially if you're like newly modding for someone, like you don't know the context of the friends and how they talk to each other. You might think someone's being a troll and really they're just like shooting the shit, for instance. The don'ts are, these are recommendations only. Okay, I'm gonna lead with that. To each their own. Okay, I personally do not recommend over modding. There is such thing, and what it looks like is when 50%, a high percentage of the chat is just the mods talking, without any regard to the energy, the natural energy in the chat or in the room. Mods should be in a supportive role, not in a lead role, my opinion, on activity in the chat. So if it's just like constant pins when there's no one in the room, it's not necessary. It comes across as cringe, my opinion. Just a word of caution to just not do too much. It's one thing, like, yes, casually keep the chat active, okay, but initiate certain things and then like take a step back and just let it do its thing, something like that, for the win, my opinion. So do not overmod. Do not steal the seller's thunder and spotlight. This is it's cringe is the only word that comes to mind. It's a disservice to the seller. It's a disservice to the seller when the mod is attracting more attention than the seller themselves. The mod should be supporting and like pushing the seller up into the spotlight and like all eyes on them and like just a full supportive role, not taking away from them. Even if it's something little like answering a question instead of filtering it up to the seller to answer, because folks are in the room for the seller, not the mod. And it's easy sometimes to want to assist in all the ways possible, but just because we can doesn't mean we should. And so a word of caution here to like, you know, making sure the seller is in the spotlight and stays there. And just really recognizing that folks are in there for the seller, not for the mods. And we just have to be humble about it and just like kind of, you know, to be frank, like kind of stay in our lane a little bit. Respectfully. And then the last one is the thing that actually sparked this topic today, which is do not recommend bidding on auction items. To each their own. I understand some sellers are super okay with their mods bidding on auction items. I understand that some mods get the mod status because they are buyers. They've been buyers for some time and they just are in all the seller shows and this kind of thing. There's still a word of caution with it, because when mods are, we can have a look-see any given day to Reddit or Facebook to confirm that mods bidding on auction items comes across as shill bidding, period. Which is to say, in helping the seller get higher prices for their auction items to artificially inflate the prices, regardless if the mod wins the bid or not. That's what it comes across as. And so super, super, super word of caution, because it turns off other buyers. And again, going back to the purpose, the mod's purpose is to help the seller, not deter other buyers, right? And so if there's like certain shows that maybe we want to be a buyer, maybe consider like not modding for those or something, because it's there's a lot of really strong opinions around that. So just word of caution. And I personally don't recommend it. And then it kind of leads into the next one and the last thing, which is this one is less controversial, but it is still a thing, so it makes the list. I don't personally have a strong but giveaways. Mods entering giveaways. It's some people really leaves a bad taste in their mouth. I understand that giveaways are random, right? I understand that giveaways are I don't know. They're not the same as auction items, but if there's like, mods are almost looked at as like part of the sales team to some degree. And so when mods win giveaways, it can come across like an insider, like it can come across as like rigged. It just does, whether the algorithm favors mods or not. Maybe if because they're more active in the chat, or like what more frequent to the room, or whatever the case. Can't confirm or deny that. So it could be that it's like purely 100% totally random, but still, if a mod wins a giveaway, it feels unfair to the viewers, and especially the buyers. So just want to add that and throw that out there, because it is a thing. And to each their own. Word of caution there too is that some raid trains always, rule number 1 is always read the rules. Some raid trains require that, or don't allow mods to enter giveaways, so that's look out for that, I suppose. But anyway, this has gone long enough, 13 minutes, so we'll cap it here. I would like to thank you for watching. If I missed anything, don't be shy, or if there's any questions to clarify anything or add any more thoughts, feel free to drop it in the comments. I will read them. And otherwise, I just want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. We'll be here another 300 and something days for this 365 challenge, talking live selling. So in the meantime, happy live selling, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.